What is up, YouTube, and welcome to Brute Strength Day 290, possibly the biggest squat day I've ever had. But starting out with these jumps, which are probably getting a little bit better, but it's very, very slow progress, but still a good determinator for how my legs are feeling. And for this day, I felt a lot better than I did 3 days before with the 210, which I think also showed in my squat performance today. So started out with instead of 5 180, then 192 and a half. So doing pyramids, then up to 215, back down to 5 with 192 and a half, and then 5 at 180. But here's the top set: 215 for 3 reps. The hardest set of squats I've done, or at least in terms of weight. But to do this after a set of 5 at 180 and 192 and a half felt great, and especially considering that 3 days earlier I did the 210 for 3, where I didn't feel the greatest. And I got home from my dad the day before on the bus, and I always feel a little bit cranky after sitting in buses, even though it's the day before. And just 5 days before this, I did the front squat, which were a lot harder than it should have been because it was after the exam and it was done late at night. So I think with better recovery in the upcoming week, 3 with 220 kg in 1 week after this should be comfortable. Or when I say comfortable, I mean like hopefully RP8. Now that I'm in a really good rhythm with great sleep, sauna, sled work, and so on, my body is just overall feeling a lot better. Then I did a set of 5 in the last press with 130, which were a bit harder than I wanted it to be, probably RP9, but it's good considering that just 2 days before I did the pin presses where I'd ended up taking the last set to failure. So bench is coming along nicely, and I'm probably at a point where with some recovery, a deload, something like that, I might be at a point where I can do close to 10 reps with 130, which is pretty wild to think about because it's not that long ago that I could only do 10 with 110 kilos. So now, less than 2 months after that, to be able to say that, all right, I'm capable of doing 10 with 130 is wild. But it's how it is, and it's a sign that what I'm doing in the bench press is right because I've never seen progress like this. It reminds me of how my overhead press was progressing back in the days, though that was mainly because I had the strength from doing things like handstand push-ups, etc. But I just needed to get good at the specific exercise. While here, I wasn't bad, and I was also already an intermediate. While I wouldn't say I was quite an intermediate in the overhead press. I mean, I could almost overhead press 70 kg when I began training it. But here, I've been at like 130 kg, and I'm now seeing this insane progress, possibly putting on like 50, 60 kg in a year of bench pressing. While with the overhead press, it was like 40 kg, 30 kg in 5 months, but I was also more of a beginner. Anyways, guys, that is all for this one, and I'll see you all. Bye bye.